Today's video is talking about souls, and I would appreciate it if you bear with me while I try to make sense of and explain this very esoteric concept in a very human way. I had always thought that humans didn't exist without a soul. And even after reading Journey of Souls, I didn't fully understand how a human could exist without a soul. And I want to be clear that I'm not talking about soulless or evil. It's kind of a different concept, and I'll try to explain. I also want to share that this is my current understanding of a soul's connection with a human form. And like all things, especially with an open ajna, it could shift and change as I further develop into this work and further understand other possibilities. But currently, this is what I understand when it comes to souls. So my understanding is that souls exist and humans exist, and their existences are not mutually exclusive. They can exist without the other. It can happen. Now, when it comes to a human existing without a soul, again, I'm not talking about an evil human or a soulless human. I'm speaking about this concept that a human can go about being human without being inhabited by or connected with a piece of this universal consciousness. This concept came into my awareness only recently while I was reading Journey of Souls. And essentially, it was explained as back many, many millennia ago, the human form existed, but had not yet been combined with or inhabited by a universal consciousness, a soul. So the human form and the human experience can happen, but is enhanced by, furthered through, joining with a soul and receiving the universal knowledge and wisdom of the collective consciousness. Essentially, the human form is able to evolve more rapidly through the experience of having a soul connecting with it. And for the soul, as a part of this universal consciousness, the soul experiences and desires to experience this human form and this human existence to further evolve and learn and develop. And you may have heard this being said in multiple different ways, but especially the earthly human form is a very dense form. It's kind of like a crash course in what it means to be physical and in a physical body. It's not for the faint of soul to experience being human. Let's put it that way. This is where, like, you come if you really need to get a lesson and learn and grow and develop. This is the form that you do that in. Like, you need that next hurdle, and this is where you come. Or you just absolutely love Earth, which we'll talk about in future videos. This is just, there's so many places this can go. So as I've tried to explain in other videos, it's essentially this wheel, this circle of mutual benefit. So humans exist, souls exist. Souls inhabit humans to grow and evolve the humanness and to grow and evolve the collective consciousness. Those souls continue on to the spirit world when the human has passed away. They learn, they grow, and they evolve the overall collective consciousness, and then those more evolved versions of a soul, elevated versions, continue to come down and elevate the humanness of it all. So it's this beautiful, mutually beneficial evolution that can take place. So back many millennia ago, and I am talking about this as though it is a linear timeline, and it's not a linear timeline, but again, we will get into that at some point. Anyway, back many millennia ago, souls began to join with these human forms and grow and develop and create what we now know as humans, for better or for worse. With our craziness, with our wars, with our separation, it's all a learning and growth opportunity. As challenging as that sometimes is to remember, we are actually evolving. Again, sometimes challenging to remember. So I want to offer you a practice, because it is challenging to be human, and it is challenging to remember that we are actually all here learning collective lessons and growing and evolving. And this practice I want to offer you is to really deepen your connection with your soul, and to remember that you are an infinite soul, part of an infinite collective consciousness. So for our humanness of it, that could look like sitting in a meditative experience, closing your eyes, keeping your eyes open, and imagining a conversation that you can have with your soul. So it's as if you bring your soul in front of you, and you can have a conversation with your soul. Another option is to notice those joys in life, those moments in your day where they might be fleeting and you might not recognize them all the time, but that sense that you can sometimes get of an experience, a moment, a deep-seated passion for being human, for experiencing this world, this planet, this lifetime, and just recognizing those moments as they come, whether it be feeling the grace of the sun on your skin and recognizing it in that moment, and just connecting with that infinite wisdom, connecting with that infiniteness of your own soul. There's this opportunity to create your own very best friend within your soul. You are never alone. You are human, and you are soul. And you have this opportunity to merge those two components of who you are, and to deepen your connection with both your physical form and your spiritual form. I guess your spiritual energy, really. Something that I am deeply passionate about, and you will see a video about this coming up soon. I've just been hesitant to actually complete it and send it out into the world because it means so much to me, is this component of how important our physical form is for the experience of both our soul and our physical humanness. This human body, this human vessel is not a meat suit. This humanness that we are here is selected and chosen by our soul for this version of growth, for this version of development, for this version of evolution. And I hold this physical body with extreme reverence because it is the home for my soul for this chosen experience. Now, I know that a lot of people have a really disconnected experience and hateful experience with their physical form, so I know that this can be a challenge for people, and part of why I'm holding out on this video is that upcoming video. is that I want to recognize and honor that we all have a different starting place. So that's why I felt that it was important to share this understanding of a human can exist, a soul can exist, and we can merge ourselves and experience this life in a completely different way. So I would love to know if any of this made any sense to you. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, I would love to know kind of like your experience with your soul, if you've even thought of it, how potentially you've glanced through it, if you can feel it disconnected or connected, and yeah, just kind of like your experience with it. And then also, I offer soul alignment readings, and essentially what that is I bring your energy forwards and I help to kind of facilitate for you, like I have a conversation with your soul, or I guess my soul has a conversation with your soul, usually done in the Akashic records. So it's in that Akashic realm. So it's definitely full of love and a homecoming kind of energy. And then I share that information with you to help you better align and connect with why your soul chose this experience, as well as where you are regarding alignment with that experience and with that path that your soul decided to come and be part of. So if you're interested in having your own soul alignment reading, you can find the information down in the description box below. I know this kind of went a little bit all over the place. I hope that it made a lot of sense. So please let me know down in the comments or through social media. If you can tag me at TheSimplyCA if you have any questions, if you're interested in more, and let me know if you want your own reading by clicking on the link down in the description box. And I will see you in the comments and in the next video.